Now this story is about a soldier. Corporal Philpot, to give him his full rank, and he was a member of the Royal Engineers. And as you know, the Royal Engineers are a pretty handy lot. They can do marvellous things in engineering. You know, they can build bridges using just, you know, tree trunks and barrels, and you know they can build a landing strip in a matter of hours. But Philpot, well, he could put his hand to anything, absolutely anything, and the army made the best use of him. As a matter of fact, he hadn't had a day off in 6 months, and he was longing to get home and see his sweetheart. And then he managed to get a 48-hour pass. Wasn't much, but at least he was going to be in the arms of his sweetheart that very evening. He was just about to leave the camp, and the sergeant major bawled at him across the parade ground, "Philpot, you horrible little man! I've got a job for you." Philpot waved his ticket. He said, "I've got a 48-hour pass." He said, "That's cancelled. The Major's having a dinner party and he wants you to do the drinks." Well, Philpot had always loved, from a kid he wanted to be a soldier, and he never wanted to be anything else. He loved being in the army, but in that second his mind changed. He hated it. He hated every officer who'd given him an order. He could see them all in his mind's eye, and he just hated it, and he wanted to be out of there. But he was still a soldier, and he'd got to do his duty. So he went along. And, well, at the dinner party, he served the lieutenants with pints of lager, you know, the captain and his cronies with G&Ts, and just got everything running right, how he always did. He always made a good job of it. And then he looked at his watch, because all he'd got to do was serve the brandy. And he figured all he got to do was get the brandy out, put it on the table, and he could still make the last train home. Great. You know, he'd be with his sweetheart that night. Well, that's brilliant. So he got the brandy laid out, and then the Major come over to him. He says, "Philpot, a bit of a problem." He says, "I forgot to book the after-dinner speaker. Thought you could do it." "How can?" He says, "Look, there's nothing to it. All you've got to do is get up and do a bit of talking, tell a bit of a story. There can't be anything to it, can there? You know." Well, Philpot, you know, he'd really fell out of the army now. But, like I say, he'd got to do his duty. So, he got up and he started in true storytelling fashion. "Once upon a time, there was a princess. And this princess was very, very beautiful. But this princess was very, very unhappy. And the reason for her unhappiness was she was very, very, very constipated." I knew you were going to laugh. I mean, this is a serious medical problem. I mean, the poor princess, she hadn't done a number 2 in 18 months. I mean, this was really serious. And because the princess was so unhappy, the father, the king, well, he was unhappy as well. And he wanted to see his daughter happy. So he made a proclamation that anyone who could cure his daughter this unfortunate problem would get half his kingdom and his daughter's hand in marriage. But also, he didn't want his daughter embarrassed. So it also added that anybody who came, tried and failed, would be executed. Didn't stop them. They came with the lotions, the potions, the spells and the charms. The executor kept very, very busy. And then, one day, Jack said to his mother, "Mother, I'm going to go to the palace and cure the princess. And she said, oh no, don't, no. Jack, you know you've got a bad record, you know what you're like. I mean, look at all that trouble we had with it when you went and sold the cows and all the beanstalks. Oh no, you always get it wrong. And Jack said, no, I was a lot younger then, and now, well, I'm very confident I can do it, no problem. So, off he went to the palace. And when the king saw him, he said, Jack, look, you're a nice lad. And, you know, your mother wouldn't like it if you had to be executed, and it'd be bad publicity for me as well, you know, just being along. He said, you know, forget it. And Jack says, no, I'm confident I can do it. I'm going to do it. So the king says, okay. He says, and Jack says, well, what I need is 200 men with shovels. So 200 men were brought out with shovels. And Jack took them out into the desert. And he had them dig a huge hole. And across the hole, he put a plank. And in the middle of the plank, he placed the princess. Then he had all the men stand in a circle, much like you are here tonight. I know there's not 200 of you, but I'm sure you can make up for that. And he said, now I want you all to count to 3. Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Well, the wind blew and the sand shimmered. As far as the princess was concerned, there was no change in her condition. I said, right, that wasn't loud enough. Let's have it louder. We're going to raise the roof now, right? 1, 2, 3. The wind blew and the sand shimmered, and the princess experienced pure physical pleasure that can only be gained by a much overdue bowel movement. Yeah, anyway, he'd done his job. So he got half the kingdom and he got the princess hand in marriage. And after the wedding ceremony, the king came to him and says, Jack, he says, I'm really amazed. And I can't believe how confident that you have been doing this. He said, tell me, how did you do it? He said, it was easy, really. All I had to do was make sure Philpot was at the bottom of that hole, because everybody shits on it.